Now, violent protesters rioted in Dublin city centre last night after 5 people, including 3 children, were injured in a knife attack outside a school. More than 400 police officers responded. Now, although the authorities have ruled out terrorism, the police commissioner, Drew Harris, described the riot as a complete lunatic hooligan faction driven by far-right ideology. Let's get the latest from our Northern Ireland reporter, Dougie Beattie. Morning to you, Dougie. What's happening?
Well, good morning and welcome to a somewhat quietened down Dublin. Yes, we heard Drew Harris's comments there. One thing about Drew Harris was the former senior officer in the RUC and PSNI, and that really showed last night. The riot tactics that was put in place here, they closed off the areas coming in here. Nobody could get into these riots, and then they squeezed the rioters up the street, sieving them out as they went and pushing at them. But there was still substantial damage done here, and political damage may be the real fallout of that, because what you say here will resonate the rest of the day and maybe for weeks to come, because this has been brewing for about a year now. And the events here that happened outside this school, when 5 people ended up in hospital, 3 children, 1 woman and a man that's believed to have been the attacker, that sparked off massive riots down inside O'Connell Street, the main shopping centre behind us now. It looked like images from Belfast in the 1980s. The helicopter was overhead all night long, and somewhere along the line that is going to have to be addressed as to what that far-right faction, as they're calling it, are actually looking for. And they have many grievances on their plate, and if such stuff as this is letting it kick off here, well then they're going to have real problems over the next couple of days. But the Garda Síochána did very well here last night. They kept this very much a heavy hand on it and managed to make a number of arrests. The Irish Army were seen on the streets as well, which is a real downside for Dublin. This city is a beautiful city. It's a modern European city, and we must say that it'll do no good for them on a world stage to see those type of images coming out from it.
I mean, there were assumptions made, weren't there, on social media that the stabbing outside the school was something to do with immigration, and then social media erupted with all sorts of weird views being aired, and then suddenly a riot.
Well, this is it. There has been real tensions in the Republic of Ireland. It has had a massive immigration intake in the last couple of years. Lots of young women and so forth coming under attack from different immigration sides, and that has been playing for about the last year. So when the Chief Constable Drew Harris was asked at the press conference, was the man who suspected of being the attacker an Irish national, he refused to say whether he was or wasn't, and quite understandably asked for time for the Garda Síochána to run their investigation. But at that point it was believed that he was an Algerian, and people put that about social media, and what happened last night was a result of that. We will still wait to see, was that true or was it not? And if it's not, then there'll be a lot of hard questions to ask.